Well, it's my first week in Tucson, Arizona. I've been live here for about 7 8 days. Um, it's very awkward that when you transform from Taiwan to America, being a Taiwanese and right now being a foreigner, um, I'm not as usual. Was like a Taiwanese citizens. I'm not like part of the citizen. Right now. I'm not a citizen. I'm just a little young guy in a foreign land. This past week I've seen a lot of different environment, different situations. I feel like sometimes I was in a new body, a new foreign body that have new identities and new spirits. Back in Taiwan, I was a young high school graduate, and here I'm now incoming freshman students at college. It's very strange when you feel like that way and when you really do action to reflect on it. When I told people, say, I wanted to go to America, I wanted to study America, it is a bit of it just like a talking. But when I really take actions and really to do what I'm supposed to do and really come here as an international student, I feel it was such difference. There's a lot of differences between my thinking, my thoughts in the past and now. I've been watching TV on YouTube, videos on YouTube or on TV. I just feel that sometimes America in a screen is such difference in the reality. When I came here July 25, so it's almost 1 week ago, I first arrived in Tucson, Arizona International Airport. And after a terrible plane flight, it was terrified. The plane seems to be crushed. But thanks God, I'm still alive, and I just told God that because He gave me a wonderful opportunity to live again, and I really want to cherish this opportunity. And when I arrived in the airport, Pastor welcomed me from outside and took me to the church where I'm now in. He's a very good guy. He's a good pastor. He didn't talk much, but he just mentioned it, that several important things I should be aware of when it comes to securities, when it comes to safety, when it comes to live at a church by myself. It's just very good started. So we had a conversation on a car, and about 20 or 30 minutes we arrived in the church. It was very hard. As you can imagine, Taiwan is quite similar in Tucson. The weather, but the humidity here is pretty low, about 20 or 30%. So it just feel like I was in a cave, like I was I was like a bread, and yes. So it's pretty hard at first to adapt the weather, the temperature, but as long as I live here for a couple of days, and I'm actually and adapt this environment. It was very good to see so many people here whether it's a Sunday, I attend Sunday worship last week, or had a conversation with some of the advisor in school in U of A, and talked with a bus driver about my backgrounds, where I'm from, and a lot of things. I have a chance to be able to talk with so many people. I'm very grateful for this opportunity, and I met with a lot of friends in church, and especially pastor invited me last week to his house to a dinner together. It was very fascinating to see so many people, pastor children and other people from China. They came here to visit old friends. And I met with Jacob, the youngest son of pastor, and Sarah, pastor's daughter, and a big one, Abraham. Abraham, I met him on Sunday worship. It's not in dinner, but that night, Friday night, it's a beautiful night. We having a dinner together, and we having a deep conversation, and I also talked with Max. Max is one of the member of this church, and he came from Taipei last year and now studying in U of A. He's a nice guy, and he has a BMW car, which is pretty fancy. So that's a very good experience to talk with so many people about U of A life, and about different kinds of things, and about a new movie called Oppenheimer, which was a pretty awesome movie. And after that, after Sunday worship, so that's a Friday, and then it comes with Sunday worship. After Sunday worship, John came, a new person from church, which is also a leader of a teenager group. Abraham introduced me to me. His name is John Kim. He's a ABK, American-born Korean, and he's been living here for so many years. And he came from Phoenix. He grew up in Missouri. No, I mean born in Missouri and grew up in LA, and after elementary school, he went to middle school and high school in Phoenix. He's a very cool guy. Although she mentioned it, he has ADHD, which is a condition I'm pretty familiar with. But it's a great time to talk with him. He drove a car for me to watch the movie Oppenheimer again in a theater. It's as I can remember, it's a Tuesday night, and we watched movie. We went to a patch store. We also visited several wholesale, several like Walmart, Targets, and other company I don't know. So it's a very great time. We had a different conversation and be able to talk with different people during our visiting and during watching movie. After we watch a movie, next day John Kim loses his wallet, so we revisit the movie theater and ask about whether they see John's wallet. So the experience is pretty awesome, obviously, and I understand that, the condition of ADHD has a very forgetful, and sometimes you lose a lot of things, even in weeks, you lose a couple of times, and it's hard to, when to care about your own stuff. But I understand that. We also went to eat a dinner at a Chinese restaurant. It's not a Chinese restaurant, but it's combined with Japanese and Chinese restaurant and cuisine, and it's terribly bad. I mean, it's very dirty, and the environment is not pretty good. Smell bad. The food is not like Chinese food at all. It's just trash. I mean, it's just like a trash. There's not, the food is not very luxury, but it's just like for normal people to eat it. It's pretty cheap. It's called buffet, so you can eat as much you want. So, I mean, the quality of the food is terribly bad, as you can tell. Yeah. But it's nice to see that a lot of people immigrate here, open or a restaurant or some other kinds of things. It's not easy, you here in a new country, and you have to start your own business. But even though you are not good at it, but you still have to put in efforts to do that in order to save money and have a visa. I don't know if they have a U.S. citizenship, but I believe that it's under visa now. So I think it's very cool experiences. To be able to talk with so many people in America. They are not normally not all from in America, but some people from Mexico, from China, from Japan, from other country, Africa, some other Europe. But you have just respect them. You have to know that everyone is unique and have their backgrounds and stories, and once you understand that, you can understand their situation. You don't criticize them, but you thanks for them. It's a huge community. It's like a international conference where people from all different countries and gathering together to share or to cooperate it together. So it's not difficult. It's not easy. Yeah, it's not easy. So now I'm a little bit nervous about the new schools. Class begins. Talk with several people about them, and just feel that sometimes it's a little bit excitement, but also very worried about it. So it's a great time to be here. Thank you so much, and I hope you see you soon. Or maybe I can upload other videos to talk about more about myself. And I'll see you guys next time.